In the world of firearm engineering, the thin line between a revolutionary breakthrough and an absolute mechanical disaster is paved with ambitious blueprints. While modern manufacturing continuously pushes the boundaries of ergonomics, modularity, and ballistic precision, history is littered with handguns that should have never left the drawing board. For tech journalists and firearms enthusiasts alike, studying these failures is just as crucial as celebrating the successes, as they expose what happens when marketing gimmicks or severe cost-cutting override fundamental physics. Today, we are taking an in-depth look into the engineering failures, ergonomic nightmares, and safety hazards that define the handguns you should absolutely never purchase. While some of these entries might seem like obvious choices from the bargain bin, our number one spot belongs to an engineering failure so magnificent that it literally destroyed one of America's most respected premium firearm manufacturers. We will evaluate each of these mechanical missteps through the lens of core engineering, user ergonomics, and practical action design. So adjust your headsets, ensure your own carry piece is actually reliable, and let us break down the absolute worst designs in modern firearm history. Number 7. Taurus Curve. Starting off at number 7 is a subcompact handgun that took the concept of body contouring concealment far too literally, the Taurus Curve. Available on the secondary market in 2026 for around $300, this .380 ACP pocket pistol was marketed as a revolutionary approach to daily carry, designed specifically to mimic the natural curve of the human hip. Unfortunately, prioritizing anatomical curvature over fundamental firearm geometry yielded a tool that failed at almost every basic mechanical requirement. Built with a polymer frame over a stamped steel chassis, the Curve weighs a mere 10.2 ounces and features a short 2.5-inch barrel. To achieve its unique sweeping profile, the entire frame is physically bent to the right, meaning it is inherently hostile to left-handed shooters and offers zero grip customization. Furthermore, the design completely discards traditional iron sights in favor of a painted crosshair on the rear of the slide and a poorly integrated light and laser combo, making accurate shot placement nearly impossible past 3 yards. Mechanically, the firearm operates on a standard blowback action, but its cycling reliability is notoriously poor, frequently causing stovepipes and failure to feed malfunctions. The double-action-only trigger pull is exceptionally heavy, registering at well over 7 pounds with a gritty, unpredictable break and an agonizingly long reset. Because there is no traditional slide release or meaningful texturing, manipulating the slide to clear the inevitable jams requires excessive hand strength. Number 6. DoubleTap Pocket Derringer. Moving on to number 6 is an ultra-slim concealable firearm that promised maximum defensive power in a pocket-sized package, the DoubleTap Pocket Derringer. Commanding a secondary market price between $600 and $900 due to its unique collectible status, this two-shot pocket pistol attempts to tame massive defensive calibers in a frame less than 3/4 of an inch wide. However, the physical reality of firing a major defensive cartridge out of an unyielding metal block turned this defensive tool into a literal hazard for the person pulling the trigger. This aluminum or titanium-framed handgun features a 3-inch barrel assembly and tips the scales at a featherweight 12 ounces. While its hammerless design and internal storage for 2 spare rounds in the grip make it incredibly portable, its ergonomics are excruciatingly painful. The incredibly thin profile provides virtually no surface area for a solid master grip, ensuring that the full force of the recoil is driven directly into the shooter's palm bones without any mechanical dampening. Operating on a double-action mechanism with a rotating firing pin that alternates between the upper and lower barrels, the trigger pull is remarkably heavy at around 10 pounds. There is no manual safety, and the trigger brake feels like snapping a rusty iron bar, offering no feedback or precision. Worst of all, the mechanical tolerances were so flawed in early production runs that the internal mechanism would occasionally fail, causing both barrels to fire simultaneously and inflicting immense physical punishment on the shooter. Number 5. Jimenez JA-Nine. Taking the 5th spot is a notorious example from the infamous ring of fire manufacturers, the Jimenez JA-Nine. Selling for an incredibly cheap retail price of around $150, this 9mm pistol attracts buyers looking for budget protection but delivers a masterclass in structural deficiency. It is a weapon built on the absolute lowest tier of metallurgy, making it a liability the moment you chamber a live round. Weighing in at a heavy 30 ounces despite its compact size, the J-9 utilizes a cast zinc alloy known as Zamak rather than high-grade steel or aerospace aluminum. This 3.75-inch barreled handgun has a blocky top-heavy construction that lacks any semblance of modern ergonomics. The plastic grip panels feel incredibly cheap, and the overall weight distribution is so poorly optimized that the gun easily slips out of alignment during rapid strings of fire. As a straight blowback 9mm, the slide relies on a massive recoil spring that is incredibly stiff and difficult to rack, combined with a slide throw that feels rough and unfinished. The single-action trigger requires a heavy 6-pound pull, characterized by excessive creep and a mushy brake that lacks a distinct tactile wall. Its frame-mounted safety is notoriously fragile, and historical reports frequently detail slides cracking or shearing completely off the rails due to the brittle nature of the zinc alloy under 9mm pressures. Number 4. Bond Arms Bullpup Nine. Advancing to number 4, we encounter a brilliant concept executed with unforgiving mechanical complexity, the Bond Arms Bullpup Nine. Originally designed as the Boberg XR9S, retailing at a premium price point of approximately $1,100, this ultra-compact 9mm uses a reverse-feeding bullpup mechanism to maximize barrel length within a tiny footprint. While its engineering is fascinating on paper, it demands an impossibly narrow operating window that makes it entirely impractical for real-world defensive use. Constructed with an aircraft-grade aluminum frame and a stainless steel slide, this handgun features a 3.35-inch barrel while maintaining an overall length of just 5.1 inches. The ergonomics are surprisingly comfortable, offering a natural pointability and a beautifully machined rosewood grip that manages weight distribution exceptionally well. However, because the magazine feeds cartridges backward from the rear, the weapon relies on the mechanical force of the slide pulling the bullet out of the casing before chambering it. The Bullpup 9 operates on a unique rotating barrel, locked breech action paired with a double action-only trigger that breaks smoothly at around 7.5 pounds. The trigger pull is actually the finest part of the gun, offering a consistent revolver-like roll that feels incredibly crisp. Unfortunately, because the action violently pulls cartridges backward, any 9mm ammunition without a heavy factory crimp will have its bullets separated from the brass casing during cycling, causing catastrophic jams that completely freeze the action. Number 3. Remington R51. Stepping into the top 3 at number 3 is a modern production disaster from one of the oldest names in American firearms, the Remington R51. Available today for roughly $325 on the used market, this sleek, space-age 9mm plus P pistol was supposed to resurrect a classic 1913 design for the modern concealed carry market. Instead, its launch was so plagued by machining errors, poor quality control, and functional failures that it severely damaged the manufacturer's reputation. The R51 utilizes an aluminum alloy frame paired with a carbon steel slide, a 3.4-inch barrel, and a total weight of 22 ounces. From an ergonomic standpoint, the handgun feels fantastic in the hand, boasting a low-bore axis and a naturally pointing grip that minimizes perceived recoil. Sadly, the brilliant exterior lines hid a chaotic interior assembly process where loose tolerances meant that no two production guns shared identical internal dimensions. Mechanically, the R51 uses the Paterson hesitation lock action, a rare delayed blowback system where the breech block moves independently within the slide. The internal single-action hammer trigger drops at around 5 pounds with a decent break, but manipulating the action is a nightmare due to a gritty slide throw and a severe tendency to catch on its own components. Shooters immediately reported out-of-battery detonations, constant stovepipes, and a grip safety that would frequently bind and fail to disengage. Number 2. Jennings J-22. Securing the runner-up position at number 2 is a pocket pistol that defined the absolute bottom of the cheap handgun market for decades, the Jennings J-22. Selling for under $100 on the trade-in market, this pint-sized .22 long rifle handgun was mass-produced as a throwaway pocket gun. It is widely regarded by gunsmiths as an active safety hazard that is far more likely to injure the user or fail entirely than to fire a successful string of ammunition. Built with an ultra-cheap, zinc-molded slide and frame, the J-22 features a tiny 2-inch barrel and a weight of just 13 ounces. The ergonomics are practically non-existent, providing a tiny 2-finger grip that forces the shooter's hand dangerously close to the reciprocating slide. There is zero customizability, and the rough, sharp edges of the polymer grip panels make it uncomfortable to hold, let alone fire. Operating on a simple blowback action, its internal geometry is so rough that the gun routinely suffers from failure to feed, failure to extract, and double feeding every few rounds. The single-action striker trigger breaks at an unpredictable 5 pounds with a mushy, gritty travel that feels completely disconnected from the internal sear. Crucially, the manual safety selector is a flimsy piece of plastic that can easily fail, and the internal components wear down so quickly that the gun is notorious for firing accidentally when dropped or even when racking the slide. Number 1. USFA Zip 22. Finally, we arrive at the absolute pinnacle of catastrophic engineering, a firearm so uniquely terrible that it destroyed an entire legendary manufacturing company, the USFA Zip 22. While it originally retailed for under $200, its legendary status as a mechanical failure has driven current collector market prices up to around $800. Created by the United States Firearm Manufacturing Company, a firm renowned for building some of the finest premium single-action revolvers in the world, this .22 long rifle pistol was intended to be a futuristic modular marvel, but instead became the worst handgun ever produced. The Zip 22 features a solid polymer square frame, a 5.24-inch barrel, and a completely bizarre futuristic aesthetic. The ergonomics are an absolute abomination. It lacks a traditional grip handle, forcing the shooter to slide their fingers into 2 cutouts under the receiver, which places the hand incredibly close to the muzzle. The gun was designed to attach to the under-barrel rail of an assault rifle, meaning its standalone balance is completely front-heavy and utterly unnatural. Mechanically, the firearm operates on a unique blowback system that utilizes Ruger 10/22 magazines, but it lacks a traditional slide to cock the action. Instead, the shooter must use 2 plastic rods that protrude directly above the muzzle. meaning you must place your fingers directly in front of the barrel to chamber a round or clear a jam. The striker-fired trigger is incredibly heavy, averaging 12 pounds of mushy, unyielding resistance, and the gun is completely incapable of firing more than 2 consecutive rounds without a catastrophic failure to extract or a stovepipe. From anatomical frames that refuse to cycle to futuristic polymer boxes that require you to place your hands dangerously close to the muzzle, our countdown highlights how easily ambitious designs can fall apart without sound engineering. These 7 handguns serve as vital historical warnings that true firearm craftsmanship requires a perfect, unyielding balance of reliability, safety, and mechanical precision. Rushing a product to market based on aesthetic trends or hyper-complex feeding mechanisms will always end in failure when exposed to the harsh realities of live ammunition. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the absolute worst engineering failures of the firearm world, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you never miss our next premium feature essay. Let us know in the comments below if you have ever had the misfortune of shooting one of these pieces, or if there is another mechanical disaster you think deserves a spot on this list. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay safe on the range.